is Conquerors of Dawn.
Big moves, I'm that dude. Bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace. Built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, plaques with a whole goal if you know me. Gotta go record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone like lonely. I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing. I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Yo, when it ain't toxic, shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss ish, all I do is focus on the...
Hello everybody and welcome back to Mlbb Gaming. This is Waylander here and we're heading into the sudden death round. It's Honeybuns up against Dark Stars, it's Glue, it's Xborg, it's XP Meta being banned out. And Mlbb decides, no, Lancelot needs to go as well. So, to all the viewers, how are you doing this evening? Are you excited to see who's gonna take the points in this particular game? Darkstar continuing with this XP ban, getting rid of the CC. Brody as the follow-up here by Honeybuns. We're into the third game. It's sudden death. I know I've said it before, but you know, sudden deaths are kinda exciting. Let me get the poll up for all of you while we get that bans going through.
As we also see the Brody getting banned out from the side of Honeybuns. Scarp, you mentioned this Brody getting picked up by Amir time and time again. So finally we're going to see what else he can play on the gold lane.
Finally. Yeah, I mean, Amir picking up that Brody 5 times. I mean, somewhere someone needs to start respecting the Brody.
It's true. Last ban gonna come out from the side of Dark Stars. Demon Kai skipping the ban. Well, we also did see them skipping a ban last night. Whether it's on purpose or lag out, we do not know.
We will find out by the refs shortly. But in any case, there's nothing we can do about it right now. The only thing that could potentially be is that we're going to restart the match. That is only if he completely lagged out and is not able to come into this matchup. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this last match between Darkstar and Honeybuns, honestly, looking at the first, well, from start to mid to late game, for me, it was a very difficult position for Honeybuns to come out. But they allowed the Ixia and Roger to farm up to clutch it at the end. I mean, that was some crazy plays coming in from Honeybuns. So, yeah, that fight and contest for the top spot is definitely on between the two teams.
Well, I mean, it's the top spot. Who doesn't like the top spot? We're in a competitive scene right now. All of these teams love the fight. They love the battle and definitely always want to come at top. But General OP picking up his famous Lilia that we have been seeing quite a lot in the past few days. And Natsuki going with the Garagacha.
Yeah, indeed so. Sorry. Okay, my admin work is done. I did send you the overlays for the next 2 matches. You will see that I did name it Hexmeta first pick, OTK first pick. But enough of that, right? Maeve Wiley going to go for the Matilda once more. Uranus for the side of, well, Honey Buns. I mean, we did see success coming in from them, especially, well, not having that great lane against the CC early in the game, but CC not being into the mix. So Uranus is going to be a deadly pick. I mean, goes to Raw plus the Xavier.
The choice is mine.
And we saw
That's a
some
lot of
plays coming in from Xavier last night, especially on Chimpa from OTK. So Ghost Aurora, start with Chocolate Pie to give Chocolate Pie Xavier. I mean, we have seen Chocolate Pie playing the Xavier previously. So my question is, will the swap out come in here?
It does seem that there is a question right now of if redraft can be done due to a faulty ban button. Yeah or nay?
Where are you seeing this?
If you would look at the admin chat. Just after you said you're done with admin, there once again came messages of admin. But Demon Kai picking up the Yisun Shin. Yisun has been struggling a bit in the past few games. After his recent nerf, players are still now trying to figure out a bit how to adjust the playstyle to make him used to full effect right now. But let's see if Demon Kai can actually do the same as well. Mosquito Dio, let's just call him Mosquito, getting the next ban. Might go for a jungler ban this time. We do not know yet if Swag is gonna go with a Uranus jungle, but that is still questionable to some players.
Sorry, I'm just quickly looking at the conduct here.
Unfortunately, Darkstar is also once again missing a ban. Hoya going for the Ruby. Ruby is actually interesting. Not something that we expect to see, but Honey Buns, they've got a plan in mind. Amir, the signature marksman for the side of Darkstar, is banning out the Ixia. He probably got a lot of PTSD from the previous match because he was bullying Ixia in the lane, and then she started farming and bullied his entire team in return. She definitely paid back 5-fold. Chocolate Pie going for the Minotaur ban.
Off what was left undone.
So this would trigger a restart. Yeah. So just for that, I mean, we did stipulate, should there be a lag out or issues with the lobby, it could trigger a restart. But I am going to say this, we are going to have to stick with the same. But you see, this makes it difficult because there's 2 missed drafts, and obviously, okay. Yeah, bro. What do you think?
The game should continue as it is, right? Because you can already see what the picks and bans are going to be like. The bans that were missed, right? Unfortunately, they were missed. It's just going to have to be what it is. Unfortunately.
Okay. So seeing that a restart will not really change the outcome too much coming out from the picks right now, Amir does go with a carry who's good against the Uranus, the Fredrin, so definitely gonna be helpful to the side of Dark Stars, but it's just difficult with the carry because of her short range and extremely short dash. But a lot of players can definitely make it work in this situation, and we've seen some good plays from the side of Amir, so definitely believe he can also do it. But on the draft as a whole, what do you guys think?
The drafts are pretty strong both ways around. So I'm just checking to see why they could not swap out heroes or things like that. Did they get their swap? The players.
But it doesn't make sense, right? So the reason why I'm saying this doesn't make sense. General Oki plays Mage. Natsutsuki has been playing Roam. Mosquito, Natsuki has been playing XP. Mosquito has been playing Roam. Demon Kai, Jungle, and Amir, Gold Lane. So everyone is in their respective lanes.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense.
The game goes on. It is what it is. The game is going to go on. But anyway, into the game we go. It's sudden death round. Even with all the issues that was going on in the background, it's time for action. We have Olibuds up against Darkstraw. Who's going to be taking the victory here? There's the question. Fredrin starting off here on the red side. There's a lot of poke damage onto the Xavier. That's what you expect from having a Lilia being picked up very early. Gonna have that extra bit of pressure. Irithel trying to zone the carry away. Will have the easier time at the start of the game, but there's Archer coming in. Lilia as well. But Irithel, she's got that the sprint just to get back to a bit of safety underneath the turret. So a little bit of overextension there. Coming through from Honeybuns, but not being punished for that overextension on the gold lane. So that's okay so far. I would say honors are pretty even right now, but Lilia just bullying the Xavier in the early game. It's what happens when you have early versus late game mid laner. It's gonna make your rotations a little bit slower. There's the engagement here on a chocolate pie as he was trying to get a stun, overextended, got taken down.
So blood going to the side of Dark Stars, but it does seem like both of the XP laners are going to go for the lane cuts deep into the enemy's jungle. But this Karja is just almost as big as a problem as the Lilia right now, being so aggressive.
Uranus, he's going in very aggressively, pops the vengeance. I don't think you want to do that up against the Lilia. He's gonna get taken down. So some overextension happening here from Honeybuns. Not being patient enough in the early game, not respecting the damage output of certain heroes like the Lilia. She's got that level 4 power spike already. So this is, I'd say, advantage going the way of Dark Stars. The turtle has been started up. Fredrin wants to go in there for a bit of contest. Fredrin steals the turtle. Knife play coming in from the Xavier, landing the stun. But there's the continuation of the fight. Gato is going to get CC'd up, but then going onto the Xavier, he's going to have to reposition. But Fredrin, he manages to take down the Conqueror. There's the circling eagle onto the Gato, forcing the avatar of Guardian away. So there's a bit of a retreat going on. Irithel using that movement speed of Earth, putting pressure here into the mid lane. This is what you expect from an Irithel, but there's going to be the carry, waiting for the camp out. Once you engage with the Irithel, Irithel pops that sprint, that ultimate of hers, manages to reposition, still has the sprint, doesn't want to lose too much of farm here in the gold lane. There's a decent amount of health to be able to survive this, plus the shield that can come through from the guiding winds. So Irithel, for the most part, might be okay. And we just expect Matilda just to start scouting out the bushes to wait for that Lilia. Lilia is going to clear a wave and then come into the rotation. So they have spotted the Lilia out. Irithel should be able to clear YSS into the mix as well. And Irithel just going to probably pop a skill, get that final minion, and get back to the safety of the tier 1 turret.
So both teams are still relatively even in gold, just like 50 gold difference, but one kill going to the side of Dark Stars. Both teams now know a bit more about how they play against each other, so a lot of respect, because it was extremely interesting games the previous 2 matches, and now the teams understand a little bit better what to do. But this Lilia is once again still as problematic as she was in the first match.
Yeah, she has that huge early game advantage, but and she's gonna have a nice time up against Fredrin and Uranus, even from the mid game, but she does drop off in the late game, and that's when Xavier starts to shine. So in terms of composition, you're gonna have to be respectful to the side of Honey Buns. But if you're Darkstar, you're gonna want to go in. Oh, they're going out to the Lilia. She pops the black shoes, gets back out. I love the angle coming in from the Gato in terms of scouting. He's gonna trot up the Fredrin. Carry pops the light wheels, but Fredrin manages to dash to safety. All this action happening here before this second turtle can kick off. The second turtle dance YSS being zoned away here by the Raiders. He wants to go in onto the Kaja. They want to force the place. Brenton decides that he wants to start this up. He's going to engage, disengage. The turtle being pulled to one side. Dawning light comes out, gets out of scout, but it's going to be a no. Oh, there's the Avatar Guardian into the back line, but the front line is coming. He's going straight through. They're going to CC everybody up. There's no black shoes available. But Lilia, she's under the turret. Uranus takes it down. He's not worried about anything. The turnaround. The appraisals rock. Oh my goodness, there's so much damage. It's Kaja left alive. Will Kaja be taken down? Yes, it's Kaja. It's a 4-for-0 exchange. Turtle and all. Honey Bun switching gears here. Taking that fight. Taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Will this be an opportunity for them to start to snowball? Or will we see Darkstar be able to pull this back?
Right now, it can still actually go either way. The first third of the match might actually go right now to the side of Honey Buns, but Lilia just once again doing so much damage to the Xavier, almost taking him out, and Kaja doing an amazing job at assisting.
Yeah, Kaja is, that's what Kaja is there for. Well, he's got that double core now, so he's going to be able to land that very deadly ultimate of his. I forget the name of his ultimate. I don't know why I always forget the name of his ultimate.
I think it's Divine Judgment? Yes, Divine Judgment.
Divine Judgment, it is. As I'm looking at Shady in the live chat complaining about why her screen is fuzzy. Well, Shady, you get these things called furniture polish. Get those. When your screen gets fuzzy. I'm sorry. I'm digging. We know you're trying to tight ship at home. It's all clean. But speaking of clean, there's the Avatar Guardian cleanly landed onto the Xavier as Gato manages to take down the Xavier. But the punch situation is when the appraisers rot like a hammer blow. But there's Iridel underneath the turret. They're continuing the fight. Fredrin in with the CC. Uranus, he's trying to take it all up. But Iridel, they're forcing everybody back. However, it's a turret for turret exchange top lane that was taken down. YSS saying, yeah, you guys want to fight? I'm going to take turrets. Because turrets are the name of the game.
Exactly. Because he thought they couldn't really win that team fight. It's better to get an advantage where you can. But Freshen wanting to go for this third and final turtle of the game. But Yisunjin is already into it. But Freshen actually manages to take the steal. Goes for the Appraiser's Wrath. But beautiful flickers coming out.
The dawning light to end the life of Kaja. Iridel forces out the black shoes, and Lilia is in trouble now. She's trying to get something done, but she's gonna get taken down. They're engaging, but Iridel realizes this is time to take the turrets. It's time to seal the deal in terms of map control. Honey Buns, they're on point at this moment in time. But Darkstar, we know they've got a composition. They do have like the YSS, they do have the carry. Those heroes, they scale very well into the late game, so the longer this game goes on, Darkstar will be able to do something. Avatar Guardian does not land this time. Fredrin tries to taunt, does land the taunt onto Gato. They just don't have the damage to take down this beefy boy. So Gato just repositions, but tier 2 turrets falling in the bot lane. Uranus, not a hero you expect to be doing pushing.
But he is pushing this game. He definitely wants to win this game. Right now, it's a matter of who comes at the top of the group. So both teams seriously want to win, but Honey Buns is getting a little bit of the upper hand. But Dark Souls can still actually make a comeback like Honey Buns did in the previous game, especially with a defensive move coming out from the Avatar of Guardian. And like you also said, the Yisunjin and the carry is a good late game.
Yeah, and Edgar, I do agree with you. Divine Judgment is it's a pretty cool name. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool name. But speaking of names, it's going to be one more taken down by the friend, and he's creating a list of names that he wants to kill. YSS being taken down, Avatar Guardian does there, the Vengeance does come out, but it takes so much damage here. Erafel blowing up the ghetto. Pressure being placed here, especially with what, 1 second to go. It's time for the Lord. Will we see the disengage? It looks like Honey Buns wants to put a little bit more pressure. They want to achieve a few more objectives. There's going to be a tier 2 turret melted down. Are they going to go for another before the Lord? They do have the option to do so. Erenthal joining the mix. She will be able to melt this down. Lydia will not be able to defend this, but Erenthal to box it ultimate. She goes in there. They want to get the shield taken down, but YSS, sensing that was what they were trying to do, keeps that shield protected. There's the dawning light as they clear the wave. Will we see them go for the Lord now? I think it is going to be time. The callouts will be there, but it looks like they just want to lock them in base. They're like, oh, we just want to seal the deal, seal everybody up. But we have a pause. We have an anticlimactic pause, shall we say. Lotus.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, you were going full speed ahead, going on with all the action because that's what both teams were doing, and then it was like a pause.
And so while they press the pause button, why don't you, the viewers at home, press the like button, the share button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. But if you're pressing the like button, I strongly suggest you don't press it twice. But you can press it twice, you're gonna maybe. But there's also some other buttons here, like the hearty one, then the 100 one. There's a couple of buttons. You can press it, you can go wild. And you can also, while you're doing that, let us know what you think of the game so far. Will Honey Buns, so my question to the viewers, do you think Honey Buns will be able to win this game with the next Lord? Because they are in position to take this next Lord. So will they be able to win the game with the next Lord? Or will Darkstar be able to defend this? And if they do defend this, they'll have the opportunity to have a big comeback. So what do you think? Will the game end with the next Lord? Yes or no?
Also, something else I want to highlight is our ref's beautiful timing when it came to pauses. If you look at the timer, it's a beautiful 10, 0, and 0, while the kill difference is also 13 to 3, which is a 10 difference.
Yeah, those, I mean, look, we know turrets are the name of the game, but kills gives you that little bit of gold that you need. Because it is one of the things I used to always say about MOBAs is that whether it's League of Legends, Dota 2, Mobile Legends, right? I say MOBAs are farming simulators. Because it's like, you go into the lane, you farm, you get your items, you get your power spike, and then you go crazy and start killing everybody. Which, like, for the side of Dark Stars, right? I know we were talking a lot about Honey Buns, but let's focus a bit on Dark Stars, right? The YSS late game scaler scales beautifully into the late game. Granted, the recent buffs have improved his early game. The recent nerfs have decreased his early game to a certain degree. But it's the carry. Carry could be the game changer for Dark Stars. If I was the side of Dark Stars right now, I'd be thinking of funneling all of the gold into carry.
That would actually not be a bad idea for their side, because what they need right now is a good defense and someone to burst the enemy before the enemy can take down the turrets and the base.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm also agreeing with that one guy, 42. Yeah, it's you have to either end the game now or the carry comes online. The power spikes are gonna happen, and then it's going to be GG's, game over. You know, carry is gonna literally melt through your front line. And then you've got the backline dive, you've got the Gasso, he can set things up. You've got the Divine Judgment, that really cool ultimate name coming in from the Karcher as well. So this is not home and not home and dry yet for the side of Honey Buns, right? They have a very strong position, right? Let's be honest, 13 to 3 with a 9k gold lead, 9.5k gold lead is really strong. Lord barreling down here will be able to take the mid lane turret. Pressure being placed all the way across the map. They have a top guardian. Xavier manages to dodge that, but the stuns coming out. Mountain Shocker has been committed. Gatcho with that dive into the backline, but there's going to be the Circling Eagle coming out. Fred, they take down the Lilia. Abrazo's Wrath onto the carry, but the Divine Judgment pulled that Fredrin back. Can they get the defense going? Iratel is low. She doesn't want to go close. She needs some wave. They need to find the angle for her. Can they? The minions are spawning up. What's this? Good luck with the minions. I don't know. Iratel, she's got the lockout. They're gonna try to stop her. I don't think they can. Kaja gets taken down, and that is game, set, match. Going the way of Honey Buns. What an exciting best of 3.
Victory!
That was absolutely crazy and definitely way different than the previous matches, but each match respectively on its own and as a whole of them together, tonight was full of action.
Yeah. Just to add to that, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, there will not be a follow-up match to this. Sorry, I'm just we can carry on to this. Hex Meta has disbanded and they have withdrawn from the tournament. So, One Trick Kings gets a free pass tonight, getting 6 points onto the board. So with that being said, right, that is going to make things very interesting tomorrow, because the matchup Kings and Honey Buns, right, it's a definite must win for the side of OTK. Well, look, there is going to be some currently, if I'm doing the maths, if they get even if they get a 2-1 loss against Honey Buns, they will go through. But yeah, let's no, it definitely needs to be a must win. But any case, this match, bro, this was crazy. This was honestly crazy.
Well, I was just looking at the Gowan's Ujin's comment about Kaja needs to stop dying. Yeah, I agree. Kaja needed to stop dying, but mosquitoes must die. I'm just putting this out there. I don't know what you all think about that. I'm a firm believer that mosquitoes must die. That's just a little to get the name of Kaja. Though, you know, I don't know. Scarpy, you can tell me whether I'm gonna be able to say this joke or not, right? I've heard this. It's not my joke, right? It was from Jimmy Carr. It may be maybe the most offensive joke I've ever heard for people living in Africa, which is us, right? So if I'm taking all of us. I don't know. Can I say it? Should I say it?
Bro, my first thoughts was, were you going to make a mention of a comeback? And obviously it's not to go... No. Anyway, go for it, bro. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, so Jimmy Carr was asked in an interview, right? What is the most offensive joke that you've ever said, like literally in your lifetime ever said? And he says, okay, he says, people in Africa need to buy mosquito nets. The reason that people in Africa need to buy mosquito nets is so that millions and millions of mosquitoes will stop dying from AIDS. I don't think I've heard anything more offensive than that, but I'm digging out all of us, right? I'm sorry, we're all from Africa. If you're gonna sue me, I'm sorry. Right? I'm just repeating Jimmy Carr, so sue him too. Both of us can get sued together. But that is a pretty offensive joke when you think about it. Enough teasing mosquito about mosquito's name. I do like the name. It's very unique. It has that little bit of style to it. It gives a little bit of emotion to it, as this game has been emotional. Very, very emotional. We do have a lot to play for in the next game. It's a bit sad what happens to Hex Meta, but I'll say this much, right? I'm sure all of you who are viewers at home, you all know this. You all know it, right? Mobile Legends, the community, is like one big soap opera. I think, guys, that we need to create a podcast series called the Mobile Legends Soap Opera, and then every week we'll announce what drama is going on in the background, which team is disbanding, who was fighting with whom, what was going on, did the dark system catch you or not, right? It's just going to be a whole bunch of chaos that happens in the Mobile Legends scene. But, you know, I suppose it's a part of the drama that we all kind of like.
Yes, can we do that podcast?
Well, why? You have something to say? You have some gossip to give us, yeah, Lotus?
No, I don't know anything.
Oh, that sounds like Scarpy. That sounds like denial to me. I strongly suspect that, that she knows something. Maybe something about somebody in the chat here. Who knows? Who knows?
Who should I know who's in the chat?
Because you're looking at it.
No, I'm looking at my screen that is filled with Mobile Legends. But a podcast like that would be so interesting. And I bet a lot of people in the community would actually love it and actually love to hear all the gossip.
Yeah, especially considering, right, I've been looking at what is happening in all the Mobile Legends group chats, right? There's been a lot of gossip going on. Me personally, I'm not a fan of gossip, right? Simply because I'm old and boring. So, there is that. Thank you. So, me being old and boring, I generally don't go for the whole, I know what's happening. In fact, a lot of times I get very surprised when people tell me, oh, do you know who's dating each other now? And I'm like, oh, who? And then they tell me, I'm like, I didn't know that was even a girl. I thought they were just two guys who were friends. But, nice to get surprised every once in a while.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and on that bombshell, apologies. It was only one best of 3 series, but luckily this game took us into a best of 3 series. There was some issues, but it was the streaming software. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We will be back with you tomorrow night at 8:30. It's only going to be one best of 3 series tomorrow night. And, well, Saturday again, there will be no matches after Saturday for Mlbb up until Thursday and Friday, where we will be concluding with the group stages. And then the week thereafter, we will be into the elimination brackets. And looking at the teams right now, right, we are going to have a cooked